Last summer was marked a big event that occurred at the theaters. Barbenheimer. It marked the release of two films, Barbie and Oppenheimer. Now, I've already watched Barbie and I thought it was a good film. But after months of trying to wait for this to come to streaming for realsies, I finally get to see this one, Oppenheimer, which is now streaming on Peacock. But is this recent film as good as they say it is? And hopefully it may win an Academy Award or two or more? Or is this one just worthy to just blow up in your face and causing just a big blast of smoke? Find out in this spoiler free review right now. Big Days Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Joel, better known to as the Big D, and this time around I bring to you a spoiler-free review of the 2023 epic biographical thriller flick Oppenheimer, released by Universal, directed by Christopher Nolan, who also wrote a screenplay based on the book American Prometheus by Kai Bird and Marion J. Sherwin. Of course, the film stars Cillian Murphy as the title character, J. Robert Oppenheimer, the American theoretical physicist credited with being the father of the atomic bomb, for his role in the Manhattan Project, the World War II undertaking that developed the first nuclear weapons. Now, the film chronicles the career of Oppenheimer, with the story predominantly focusing on his studies, his direction of the Manhattan Project during World War II, and his eventual fall from grace due to his 1954 security hearing. The film also stars Emily Blunt, Matt Damon, Robert Downey Jr., and Florence Pugh, plus Josh Hartnett, Casey Affleck, Rami Malek, and Kenneth Branagh. The film was released on July 21st of last year, just 10 days after it made its premiere at Le Grand Rex. Anyway, this is incredible and what have you. Now, of course, we start out in the year 1926 as 22-year-old J. Robert Oppenheimer grapples with anxiety and homesickness while studying experimental physics under Patrick Blackett at the Cavendish Laboratory in the University of Cambridge. Upset with Blackett's attitude, Oppenheimer leaves him a poisoned apple but later retrieves it. Visiting scientist Niels Bohr advises Oppenheimer to study theoretical physics at the University of Göttingen instead. If I mispronounced that, I apologize. Oppenheimer completes his PhD and right there and meets fellow scientist Isidor Isaac Rabi. They later meet theoretical physicist Werner Heisenberg in Switzerland. Wanting to expand quantum physics research in the U.S., Oppenheimer begins teaching at the University of California in Berkeley and the California Institute of Technology. He marries Catherine Kitty Puning, a biologist and ex-communist, and has an intermittent affair with Jean Tatlock, a troubled communist who later commits suicide. Well, when nuclear fission is discovered in 1938, Oppenheimer realizes it could be weaponized. In 1942, during World War II, U.S. Army Colonel Leslie Groves recruits Oppenheimer as director of the Manhattan Project to develop an atomic bomb. Oppenheimer fears the German nuclear research program led by Heisenberg might yield a fission bomb for the Nazis. But he assembles a team consisting of Rabi, Hans Bethe, and Edward Teller at the Los Alamos Laboratory, and also collaborates with Enrico Fermi, Leo Szilard, and David L. Hill at the University of Chicago. And, well, so on and so on. That's all the story I'm going to tell you because this is a spoiler free review and I'm not going to give you any more of the story and what have you. So, I'm going to tell you what I thought about Oppenheimer. After recently watching it for the first time ever on Peacock, I'm going to say this was pretty good than what I had imagined and what have you. Now, even though it lost to Barbie at the box office, it still did a very, very good job. The, anyway, anyway, it really became a big success at the box office. As of not so long ago, after getting an exclusive re-release, or well, not so long ago this year, the film has made 328 million here in the U.S. and Canada, and 631 million in other territories. So now it has made 959 million worldwide. And it's also the second highest grossing R-rated film of all time, right behind Joker. In, in September of last year, the film became the highest grossing biographical film of all time, surpassing Bohemian Rhapsody. Anyway, by August of that year, Oppenheimer had become the highest grossing film ever to not reach the top spot at the domestic box office. Yes. Though in its sixth weekend, it topped the worldwide box office, surpassing Barbie for the first time. Yes, after 6 weeks. It is also the highest grossing World War II related film, surpassing Nolan's 2017 film Dunkirk. Anyway, it's done so well even in IMAX releases. Anyway, this was really, really something. Critics praised the film primarily for its screenplay, cast performances, particularly of Murphy, Blunt, and Downey, and visuals. It was frequently ranked as one of Christopher Nolan's best films and the 2023. Anyway, the film currently sits at 93% on Rotten Tomatoes, saying the film marks another engrossing achievement from Christopher Nolan that benefits from Murphy's tour de force performance and stunning visuals. Now, I absolutely do agree with that. The visuals are very good. Cillian Murphy does an exceptionally good job in playing Oppenheimer. Richard Roper was definitely positive, 100%, describing the film as magnificent and one of the best films of the 21st century. The AV Club deemed it a masterpiece, adding that it's Christopher Nolan's best film so far, a step up to a new level for one of our finest filmmakers, a movie that burns itself into your brain. Now, actually, this of course this of course will be Nolan's first film not to be distributed by Warner Bros. Since his breakout film Memento in 2000. After Universal won a bidding war for Nolan's screenplay. And not only that, it was due to his conflicts regarding the studio's simultaneous theatrical and HBO Max release schedule. So, anyway, this film had become one of the biggest hits for Universal. Let's see here. There's so many good reviews and what have you. Everybody really enjoyed it. Well, let me do another one. Matt Zoller Sites gave it a very positive review, lauding Nolan's storytelling, the exploration of Oppenheimer's character, and the film's technical achievements, concluding, as a physical experience, the film is something else entirely. It's hard to say exactly what, and that's what's so fascinating about it. Peter Travers described the film as a monumental achievement and one of the best films you'll see anywhere. BBC Culture termed it boldly imaginative and Nolan's most mature work yet, and they combined the explosive, commercially enticing action of his Dark Knight trilogy with the cerebral underpinnings of Memento, Inception, and Tenet. So now you know about that. I think this was just a very good masterpiece for him and what have you. Now, the score for the film was done by Ludwig Göransson, and I'm going to say that was good as well. Now, as for our cast, aside from Cillian Murphy, we have Emily Blunt playing Catherine, who was who was very good. Matt Damon played General Leslie Groves, U.S. Army Corps of Engineers officer and director of the Manhattan Project. Very good. Robert Downey Jr. played Rear Admiral Louis Strauss, a retired Naval Reserve officer and high-ranking member of the U.S. Atomic Energy Commission. Very good. Florence Pugh plays Jean Tatlock, a psychiatrist, Communist Party USA member, and Oppenheimer's romantic interest. Very good performance from her. Josh Hartnett plays Ernest Lawrence. Boy, that's been some time since I last heard from that guy. He's a Nobel winning nuclear physicist who worked with Oppenheimer at the University of California. Casey Affleck plays Boris Pash, a U.S. Army military intelligence officer and commander of the ALSOS mission. Rami Malek, who appeared in the former biggest money-making biographical film, Bohemian Rhapsody, plays David L. Hill, a nuclear physicist at the Met Lab who helped to create the Chicago pile. And Kenneth Branagh, who, of course, after this, I would see him in A Haunting in Venice, playing Hercule Poirot again, plays Niels Bohr, a Nobel-winning Danish physicist, philosopher, and Oppenheimer's personal idol. Let's see, we have Benny Safdie as Edward Teller. Yeah, I knew that name somewhere. Yeah, he was in Uncut Gems. He was also in Licorice Pizza and Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret, which also came out the same year. Let's see. Oh, there's so many. There's Dylan Arnold, Tom Conti, James Darcy, Dane DeHaan, Tony Goldwyn, David Krumholtz, Scott Grimes, Matthew Modine. Let's see, Alex Wolff, Josh Zuckerman, Louise Lombard, Josh Peck. Yeah, you heard me correctly, as in, well, formerly of Drake and Josh fame. Oh, man. And even Gary Oldman, who of course played Jim Gordon in the Dark Knight trilogy, played President Truman. How about that, folks? Now, I think I enjoy this film for what it had to offer. Now, but there was a bit of a negative I had with this film, and there was some black and white flash, kind of like felt like flashbacks or something like that. Well, that was kind of my biggest negative with the film. Not that I'm saying that I have anything against it. I didn't realize they had something like this in here. So, not that I was being rude or anything. That's just kind of my biggest downside with the film. But nevertheless, the film proves to be a big film and a good one. It has so far received numerous accolades, including 5 wins at the Golden Globe Awards, including Best Motion Picture for Drama, and has gotten 13 big nominations at the British Academy Film Awards and the Academy Awards for Best Film at the British Academy Film Awards and Best Picture at the Academy Awards. So, as much as I know Barbie's also nominated for Best Picture at the Academy Awards, but hey, I think Oppenheimer deserves to try and win. But if Killers of the Flower Moon wins it, fine. If Poor Things wins, fine. I don't mind. Even though I haven't seen the Poor Things yet, but I have seen Killers of the Flower Moon though. But overall, Oppenheimer, definitely a good film. It's streaming on Peacock now, so if you have Peacock, check it out if you don't have it on physical media. But anyway, that'll do it. For my score, I'm gonna give Oppenheimer 4.5 stars. On a scale of 1 to 10, I give it a 9. So what did you think of Oppenheimer? Let me know in the comment section below. If you liked the video, click the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Join me next time when I bring to you another anniversary review, and it's going to be on the chick flick Jawbreaker. Oh, I'm looking forward to reviewing that. So anyway, if you like this, consider checking out my reviews for these other films. In the upper left-hand corner is my review of a recent film from Christopher Nolan, and that was Tenet from 2020. Or go to the upper right-hand corner and see my review of a film that started off the Dark Knight trilogy. Actually, it's a re-review of Batman Begins from 2005. Or if you'd like just for the fun of it, see my review of another Academy Award nominee for this year, and that's Martin Scorsese's Killers of the Flower Moon, which is also a spoiler-free review, and the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thank you for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.